Hey everyone, welcome to Crypto Data. So today has been kind of a weird day in the cryptocurrency world. Bitcoin, as we've seen, it's maintained that $4,400 range, and that's pretty good considering how far down it was beforehand. It seems like this rally that's gone on over the past couple of days has really maintained support, and we've maintained this trading range. And for today, we can see most of the altcoins are in the red. There's a few in the green, but for the most part, people have been dumping their altcoins and moving to Bitcoins following this rise. So that's one thing to keep in mind if you are holding altcoins. Eventually, they will go back up. It's just this temporary dip in price because Bitcoin is doing so well, and people are just transferring money over to there. So it's just like before when Bitcoin fell, it started rising, and everything else was declining because everyone is just moving their investments over to Bitcoin. So it's really no reason to panic. I mean, if you're holding altcoins right now, you can probably still keep holding them because if you do believe Bitcoin will continue rising, then those altcoins will eventually pick back up. But make sure to set your stops and just kind of wait it out. I mean, this is kind of weird trading that's been happening, and some coins are up, some are down. So it's just really up to you how much risk you want to take and basically how long you want to wait. So, but I believe the altcoins definitely will bounce back, and it's just a temporary dip we're seeing because of how much Bitcoin has been rising. So following that, there's actually some news that came out today. It's pretty big, actually. Goldman Sachs explores a new world trading Bitcoin. So for those who don't know who Goldman Sachs is an American multinational finance company that engages in global investment banking, investment management, securities, and other financial services. Basically, they're the 5th largest bank in the U.S. Their investment bank, they're kind of complementary to JP Morgan, Morgan Sachs. I know you've heard of those banks. So they're pretty much way up there. Their main facility is in New York, and they've been really in tune with the stock trading and investments and everything of that sort, and they're one of the top players. So for them to actually explore trading Bitcoin, that's a big deal because I don't know if you've seen, but a lot of times their investment analysts will post predictions for Bitcoin and where it's going, and soon after they make those posts, Bitcoin actually goes up or down depending on what they're predicting. So they already have a few people who do technical analysis there, and they've already been involved in Bitcoin, just speculating, but this is the first time they've actually explored actually trading Bitcoin. So this article, it's by, you can see here, one of the people is Paul Vigna, and if you look right here on Twitter, he has a Twitter account, and he has over 17,000 followers. So he has a pretty big following, and he's a Wall Street Journal reporter. So he was part of the people who wrote this article. And what it says is, Move would make it the first big Wall Street firm to deal directly in the growing yet controversial cryptocurrency market. So you've heard JP Morgan, Jamie Dimon, CEO, said Bitcoin's a fraud, that whole thing. And then you've heard Morgan Stanley, CEO, say, no, Bitcoin's not just a fad, it's actually important, and it has some validity. So neither of them really invested fully in Bitcoin, but then you see Goldman Sachs here actually talking about making a move with Bitcoin. So basically in the article, it says they're weighing a new trading operation that's dedicated to Bitcoin and other digital currencies. The first blue chip Wall Street firm preparing to deal directly in this burgeoning yet controversial market, according to people familiar with the matter. And it's basically, it kind of wants to get in on the ground floor, kind of when Bitcoin is rising right now. It wants to get in on that investment because Goldman Sachs is a very competitive investment bank. I mean, they have tons of capital and they have tons of investments, and they're always trying to get the next best deal. So for them to land Bitcoin and be the first player in this market, that would be huge. They have a lot of pull with other investors, and you can guarantee that they're going to bring their investors in this and really go all in here. So it's saying that It says the firm's interest could boost Bitcoin's standing among investors and fuel the debate around digital currencies. So basically their interest gets other people talking and actually establishes some validity for Bitcoin. So that's really good. And then it just talks about China and all the FUD, is releasing, and then JP Morgan Chase and then Morgan Stanley and all of them mentioning Bitcoin in the past couple weeks. And then how Japan's government has actually embraced Bitcoin, creating regulations to legitimize its trading. And then India and Sweden have mused about creating their own virtual currencies, and the U.S. Federal Reserve has studied Bitcoin and the technology underpinning it. So you have all these countries here, getting into Bitcoin, wanting to know what it's about, and actually, even if they're not fully committed, at least they're talking about it, and at least they're putting it in the spotlight. So that gives other people time to express their opinions and make their own informed decision. So basically explains what Bitcoin is, and then how big banks such as JP Morgan and Goldman have dabbed in the technology known as the blockchain, and then how basically it's saying how Bitcoin's price has soared. And then right here it says Goldman's effort involves both its currency trading division and the bank's strategic investment group. That suggests the firm believes Bitcoin's future is more as a payment method rather than a store of value like gold. So they're kind of looking at the payment side of Bitcoin, basically in regards to banks, how it could be more secure, and there's a lot more advantages with that. And then it also talks about a handful of finance firms, such as DRW Holdings, Cumberland Mining, and Genesis Global Trading, broker Bitcoin trades for institutional investors that want to buy or sell larger amounts that exchanges could not handle. So these are already non-bank finance firms that have, already adopted Bitcoin and are already trading with their institutional investors. So that's already big news right there. And then it's saying banks could easily step into, saying they could leverage to juice trading returns and hold assets on clients' behalf. So far, none of the big banks have dealt directly in Bitcoin. So again, no banks have dealt in it yet, but there's talks in it, and that could definitely have a bright future for Bitcoin. So this basically just says, they're thinking about dabbling in Bitcoin and actually making it part of their investments. And then you see right here, it talks about Morgan Stanley defending Bitcoin whenever Jamie Dimon denounced it. So you can already see, Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, all these big banks are actually supporting Bitcoin right now, and I think that's very good news for the future. It's just, we had so much going on this past month with Bitcoin, and I think people are really starting to adopt it, see the advantages that it has, and I'm really looking forward to what the future holds for Bitcoin. So I thought this was a very important article that came out. It's definitely something to keep in mind and kind of follow as we move forward with the adoption of Bitcoin. So with that, there's another actually website for those who are wondering about different coins and the news surrounding them, because there's so many different cryptocurrencies. It's hard to really keep track of, hey, this coin's doing this coin's has this conference upcoming, etc. So this website right here called CoinMarketCal actually gives a collaborative calendar for all upcoming crypto events. So this website was actually mentioned, one of the popular cryptocurrency Twitter names, Zissou, who has over 11,000 followers, he actually tweeted it out with this website. And then CoinMarketCal actually has a Twitter of their own where they made it, and they're actually helping promote the website, and are actually going to add ICOs to this as well. So basically what the site is, you can see, so you have people who publish news for upcoming coins. And basically you can vote, you can give proof, and then you can give a source as to the backing up your claim. And then here is where the real money is made. So you can upvote it or you can downvote it. So you can see these news right here, it has over 92% upvotes. And so that tells you more so than not, this news is actually legit. And Ardor does have an Ignis ICO presentation on October 3rd. So if you're thinking about investing in a coin and you kind of want to know, some upcoming news about it, definitely go to coinmarketcal.com and just, I'm sure your coin is probably here. and just go ahead and see if you can find it, and look at some news, and just make sure to look at this percentage. If it's 67%, that may or may not be good. So look for the high percentage ones, look at the proof, look at the source to make sure it's valid, and then make your informed decision if you want to buy it or not. So that was definitely something that I was looking at, and something I came across. So I think it'd help a lot of people out. So just something to check out there. And as far as altcoins, I mentioned, some were up, some were down. And one altcoin actually that was really, really good I was looking at was Viacoin. So actually right now it's nearing its all-time highs for the week. If you look back here, you can see all since September 22nd. This thing has just been steadily rising, gaining support, and it's nearing all-time highs for the week. So I think Viacoin definitely has potential. It's one of the main things that caught my eye with Viacoin is one, right whenever there was a lot of altcoins going in the red, you actually saw Viacoin holding some solid support here. So you can see it's held up right here. It went down to its support and it bounced off, came back, went down a little bit below support, but then bounced right back up. And then here it's just been steadily increasing. And that's big for altcoins who've been, tumbling down. Viacoin has actually been maintaining that support. And I actually saw, it's probably way down here. Let me see if I can find it. There's actually a 15 Bitcoin wall, buy wall that was here. Let me see. Okay, there it is. Let's see. I just saw it. See. Okay, right here. Okay, so right now, look at this. 13 Bitcoin wall, 42,000 Via has a bid at 32,187. So this is what caught my eye right here. 13 Bitcoin, for those who don't know, that's over $50,000. So $50,000 buy wall right here at 32,187. So this is what pretty much solidified it for me. If someone's willing to pay that much and invest that much, then there's something going on. There's some confidence in there. So that's when I actually bought some a little below here. But this is what really, really did it for me, because I believe that was when it was holding, this support right around here. And it just kept channeling in this range and just bouncing off. And that's what really made me think, this is a really good investment. And then actually when we go to their Twitter, there's a couple reasons for this rise. So their Twitter is Viacoin, 14.8 thousand followers. And then we can see as we go down here, one of the big news they had is September 18th, Ledger announced Via integration today. We'll keep you updated on the progress. So one, they become part of the Ledger integration, so that's good to keep your Viacoin secure. And then they released a white paper on September 20th. And then September 21st, the Via dev team is working on Viacoin Core 0.15. A lot of progress has been made so far. We'll keep you updated. And it says they'll be ramping up infrastructure soon. And then they'll be transitioning to Schnorr signatures, a crucial step towards higher scalability, cross-chain swaps, anonymity, and performance. So that is definitely big news. You look here, what is Core 0.15? So peer-to-peer network refactoring, UTXO cache claiming unused mempool, block relay improvements, Schnorr signatures, masked, Merkleized abstract syntax trees, no keeple refill flush, and upgrade level DB. So these are a lot of upgrades they're working on. They even released a Chinese translation of the Via white paper for Chinese users. And so they're definitely trying to be transparent with the company, and they're doing a lot. Their devs are working around the clock, and I believe October, we're definitely going to see some news this month. So it's there's been some investors steadily buying it. You can see it just keeps going higher right now. So I think this is definitely a good coin to be in. It's not investment advice, but just my opinion. It looks pretty good. Basically, like I said, when BTC was going up and all these other altcoins were going down, Via was keeping this support. It just kept trading, and you can even see from the past couple of days. Ever since this rise here, it's just been maintaining this channel right here. And then finally, it's starting again another leg up. So that's what definitely interested me in this coin. I believe we'll see more about it in the next coming weeks. So, always do your own research, but this is definitely something to keep in mind here. So, with that, I hope you enjoyed my video. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. And until next time, thanks for watching.